Hey, welcome to episode 246 of the 612 Club. And the message today is another simple one. Last week we were simple, weren't we? We were just saying, look, just tell people what you do, tell people what you are selling and sell it to them. Well, this week, another simple message, tell people how long the waiting time is. Is that difficult? No, that's not difficult. So why do none of us do it? I think we are worried that we're going to make patients upset, things like that, and maybe we feel a bit a bit important, and we have this sort of air of busyness and that we're important. And it's sort of like, oh well, if they have to wait, I'm a busy man because I'm a doctor and all that sort of stuff, which I kind of understand because I'm one of them. I'm a doctor. I have that air as well. But you've got to look at it from from the patient's point of view. And sometimes it's helpful. Well, not sometimes. It's always helpful to know if you're going to be waiting half an hour or an hour or 10 minutes or 5 minutes. It's really helpful. And I got this from a book, Alchemy, by Rory Sutherland, I think it is, an advertising man. It's a brilliant book. And I sent it to the mastermind people a year or so ago. And he was saying, like, if you have got a train company, if you run a train company and your customers are frustrated because trains are delayed and cancelled and what have you, and customers are getting annoyed, you can either make the trains not be delayed and cancelled, which is quite difficult, quite expensive, and quite a difficult problem to solve, or you can put those boards up where it says trains coming in 5 minutes, trains coming in 3 minutes, those boards where it tells you how long the train's coming. And instantly, without increasing the sort of rolling stock or even increasing the punctuality of the trains, but you've instantly gone some way to solving that problem, because people can get to the platform and see it's going to be 10 minutes before the train comes, it's going to be 30 minutes, or it's going to be an hour, and they know where they stand. Before, when there was nothing on the platform, they just stood there and think, is the train delayed? What's happening? Where's the train supposed to be here? But now those boards are there. You've instantly allayed a lot of the anxiety. Now, you might still get people being annoyed that it's delayed, but you've gone a huge way to making people less angry about that delay. So by all means, try and make your practice better. By all means, try and run on time. Try not to keep people waiting. Try and make sure that everything runs like clockwork. But let's be real here, guys. We all overrun. With clinics get delayed, things happen. But it's not that difficult to get a message to the patient. And I think far too few of us do this. We don't make efforts to get the message to the patient, whether that be the patient sat out there in the waiting room. Really sorry, he's half an hour running behind. I'm not saying you do it, because obviously you're running behind, but have people out there, your receptionist, a clinic person, just say, look, when I'm 20 minutes over, do this. When I'm 30 minutes, when I'm 1 hour, whatever. Have some kind of structure to let the people out there know that you must let the patients know, because they might want to go for a walk. Just go for a walk in the car park, go to the cafe and get a coffee. Otherwise they're sat there thinking, you could call me at any time, when you know it's going to be half an hour before you're going to call them, because you've just started the minor up, or you've got 3 patients before you, or whatever it is. And it's about putting some process, some structure in place. Even better, when you're overrunning by 20 minutes, by 30 minutes, call the people who are coming this afternoon. Maybe even change their times if you've got a really good receptionist or front of house, people out on the front of house. But even just to let them know, look, he's running late, it's going to be 20 minutes. We're really trying to catch up on things, but we've had a slow start to the clinic this morning or whatever. And we're currently running about 20 minutes behind. We're going to try and catch up by the time you get here, but I just want you to know, please don't stress it, and we won't penalize you if you are running late and if you come here late, because it may be that we're going to keep you waiting. Little things like this really mean a lot, and it really, we've been implementing this for some time, and we've got great processes in place, and the front of house is fantastic at this. So it's much better for me. I get much less stress now. My clinic order I think, oh, I'm overrunning. Then I look, oh, I'm not overrunning, because she's moved all the time. She's let them all know. She's moved everything about, and it really diffuses the stress for me. But more importantly, it diffuses the stress for the patients. And as I say, even if it is letting that patient know who's sat in the waiting room, it's going to be 20 minutes, it's going to be 5 minutes, it's going to be 10 minutes. Really sorry, it's going to be an hour. Really, I think we're frightened to do that, But what I'm telling you is, don't be frightened to do that. Do it. Let people know it is good practice, and it is a way of instantly going some way to solving a problem you may have. Now, if your clinics always run like clockwork, fantastic, forget it, carry on, well done you. But if you're like me, or a lot of people, and you do sometimes have occasions where things get out of hand and your clinic starts to overrun, this is really, really important to acknowledge it now. Don't acknowledge it in the middle of the clinic. Don't start thinking about who should I phone and when should I phone. Acknowledge it now. Put a process in now. If I am 20 minutes overrunning, then please let everybody know who's in the, coming up. Let the patients in the who are coming to see me next. Let everybody know. If I'm running an hour over, ring them up, offer them to reschedule. Maybe have something where you do something nice for them. Obviously make a cup of tea and see if they want anything to eat. If you've got anything in the clinic, to just try and allay the anxiety and the annoyance that you get from patients. Because if you've ever been a patient, a lot of the annoyance comes from not knowing. If you go in there and it's not going to be 3 hours until you see the guy, you can plan your day. You can be still annoyed, but you can plan your day. You can make a decision when you want to reschedule. You can go to the shops, you can go to Costa Coffee, and go for a drive. You know where you are. But if you sat there for 3 hours, or you sat there for an hour or 40 minutes or 30 minutes without any information at all, you're going to get angry, you're going to get upset. You might still get upset with the information, and the people might be a bit anxious about telling the patients this information, but I'll tell you now, you are much less likely to get upset patients, and there is no question it is better for that patient. Even if that patient gets upset, they would have still got upset if you hadn't told them, but they're going to be less upset if you tell them as soon as possible, really sorry, just to let you know we are running 20 minutes over. Please, can I make you a cup of tea? Do you want to go for a coffee? Do you want to go to the canteen? Here's a £5 voucher for the canteen. Whatever. This is, it's not like us, and we're really trying to get the clinics run smoothly, but every now and then the timings don't work out. And it really is helpful for yourself in terms of your stress levels, but it is massively helpful for patients, and we just don't do it. Why don't we do it? I mean, it is that you need someone out there. You need a sensible person out there, out in the waiting room. But more importantly, you need something to tell them. Look, when I'm 20 minutes over this, when I'm 40 minutes over this, when I'm an hour this, this is what I want you to do. I want you to phone the next 5 patients in the clinic, and let them know with this over. Don't change the times, but just let them know. Once we're 40 minutes over, right, I want you to change the times by whatever, 20 minutes by the next, 4 patients, or whatever it is. Have some kind of structure that works for you, that's very clear for the person outside to say, bang, we've got 20 minutes. This is what we do. Implement plan A, DEFCON 2. So have it set, have it sorted, have a process that will help to diffuse the problem. By all means, try and cure the root problem. By all means, do your best to get your clinics running smoothly. We all do that. That's hopefully a given. But if it's a regular occurrence, maybe you need to increase your appointment times, or have some gaps between appointments, or whatever. By all means do that, and I'm not, that's definitely important. But this is something that you can do without looking at the core practice, and it will just help you to diffuse those circumstances if and when it should happen. Tell people how long the waiting time is. How more simple can you get than that? Simple, so why don't we do it? I don't know, but anyway, they don't do it, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. You got to start doing it. So go on, start doing it. Get a process in place and get on with it. That is the massage for aujourd'hui. Hope that's been helpful.